say A, and that's your final answer?
So this has been in the news for about a week, and I think they announced this last Wednesday or Thursday that they were going to close the schools in New York City and in New York State. And so it's pretty fascinating because especially the youngsters, the kindergartners till the fourth or fifth grade, their risk factor is extremely low. But the trade-off is the association with other children and the teachers and the structure is so extremely valuable. Many experts say that it is more important for them to be in the classroom than any conceivable risk of COVID-19. And the teachers themselves generally are fairly low risk if they observe, reasonable social distancing, wear their masks and, normal sanitation, which is pretty common across the board. So in any event, New York shuts down its schools, and there was a wonderful, the New York Post tabloid is quite a production number, and they had a wonderful cover photo last week, and they had a doctored photo where they had a picture of the face of Andrew Cuomo and the face of Bill de Blasio in little kid outfits with dunce caps on, and the caps said dunce, and the two of them side by side as the New York Post was providing its commentary on shutting down something that really hurts the children. And, one of the things to appreciate is that many middle income and wealthier families have their children in private schools. And so when the school shutdown is announced, it affects the public schools. Well, who's in the public schools? Some middle income families, very few upper income families, but all of the lower income families. And these are the people who can least afford to make arrangements to take care of their young children while they try to make a living. And making a living, especially in the lower income categories, and I'm going to revisit this today in another segment, is extremely difficult. Now, the icing on the cake, I heard this last night, the icing on the cake as the people in New York are trying to limit Thanksgiving gatherings and all this stuff, is that reportedly Mario Cuomo is flying in his 89-year-old mother to celebrate Thanksgiving dinner with him. And as someone was saying, has anybody scoped out the children that will be there, the servants that will be there? I'm sure this is going to be a catered dinner and all that stuff. And saying, what are they exposing this 89-year-old woman to? Because she is in the extreme risk category by almost any definition. So the level of hypocrisy and silliness is quite extreme, and it's most unfortunate for America. I saw a special coverage of Los Angeles earlier today, and Los Angeles has closed all restaurant dining, indoors and outdoors, all restaurant dining. And they interviewed some of the small restaurant, individual restaurant owners. They interviewed some deli people, and it's like, we just can't keep the doors open. We can't pay the rent with just some takeout business and delivery. That's not going to pay all of our bills. And I work extensively with small business in America, and it was interesting because one of the observations, either from the reporter or from the people who had this small deli, was that the big corporations that own the big chains of restaurants, like the Darden Restaurant Group, and that's not a knock on them, but those restaurant groups have the capital resources to survive what we're talking about. The little guys don't. And I can tell you that as I drive around Houston, and I'm in the inner city, so I see a lot of the very close-in things, I'm seeing multiple vacancies in small shopping centers. And there's two pieces to that. One is there are a lot of low-income people who work in restaurants, haircutting salons, nail parlors. A lot of little businesses are the ones that help America grow and provide starter employment for people who may work at higher wages later when they get through college or get more experience and so forth. And so it's a very difficult time, not just for the small business owners, but also for the landlords who are renting out these shopping centers. And I think that there's going to be some more pain coming from what is happening.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it just doesn't stop, does it?
No, it sure doesn't.
The day has been great, great information leading into the holidays. Dr. Schein is a professor and dean at the University of St. Thomas here in Houston. He is also an author, and this is his latest book, The Decline of America, 100 Years of Leadership Failures. So if you want to read about some of our other presidents and some of the things and decisions they made and the results, you can read it right here. It is available on Amazon and makes a great Christmas gift. And this weekend for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the ebook will be 99 cents if you want to get it and read it yourself. So great, great, great Christmas gift for that person in your family or your life who's interested in politics or history. So thank you for joining us, whether you're watching us live on Facebook, and we hope you will be telling people that it's live every Tuesday morning, 11 o'clock Central. We are live on Facebook, and then you can watch the recording still on David's Facebook page, which is author David Schein, and you can watch it on our YouTube channel. Then you can watch the audio on any podcast platform that is available. And we hope you'll subscribe, comment, get in touch with David if you have any questions, or if you have any topics that you'd like for him to cover on Saving America. So thank you again for joining us, David. Another great podcast. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this. And we'll see you next Tuesday for Saving America.